I remember back in, for me, I've sort of been quite lucky. I haven't really experienced any sort of serious depression or, experienced much mental illness. But for me, the little that I did experience was probably I was early high school, like grade 9, and I think we just moved from the property to Gladstone, and I think just like I got a bit homesick, just being away from the farm. And I think for me, like the best way to deal with it is just adrenaline rush. Like I fucking like love like motorbike riding and things like that. So for me, I think it was just like in grade 9, I went through like a whole term of just like being real homesick and things like that. So when I like moved to Gladstone, like I went a whole term without riding motorbikes, and then on the holidays for 2 weeks, I just went fucking motorbike riding for the whole 2 weeks, and that just like cleared my head, like made me feel like I was back at home again. And yeah, no, I think if you can find a hobby that you love, whether it be fishing, footy,
it's releasing those endorphins.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
So I think like anytime I feel stressed or anxious, like even down here, I look forward to going up to Glasshouse and just getting on the bike and just fucking going flat out, because there's nothing better than when you've sort of experienced, like, say you nearly crash it, like a near-death fucking experience. Like it happens a lot. Like you'd be smashing it through the bush, and then all of a sudden, you nearly hit a tree or something, and then just that huge adrenaline rush just goes through you, and like it just fucking like brings you back to life almost. You're like, fuck, like, you have a huge, your heart rate's going 100 mile an hour. So I think that's the big thing for me. That's how I sort of do cope with stress and things like that. Obviously, I experienced that at grade 9, and that was sort of like the only ever homesickness I've experienced.
Like a young age, and learned to deal with it at a young age kind of as well. Yeah.
And I think, because like I said, like we went from living on 126 acres to moving into town to be closer to school and work for mum and dad. And basically the bike sat in the shed for, nearly 3 months. I didn't go motorbike riding where I used to go every weekend. And I don't know, I just, back then, like I was only a young fella, but I was just hating school, hating life, just fucking, was tired all the time. On weekends I'd sleep in as long as I could.
Yeah, not do anything.
And then I'd get home after school, just wanted to, go lay in bed. Mum and dad would always ask me, "Oh, what's wrong, mate? What's wrong?" I was like, "Oh, nothing." And like at that age, just like, you don't know what it is. You're like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like, why am I so fucking sad? But, no.
That's like, true, Such a young age, but...
Yeah, I didn't know, but like now looking back on it, I was like, fuck. Like,
a bit of depression there,
Yeah.
You had something going on there,
I was like fortunate that it only sort of, lasted, 3 months or so. So